to I Guess, a show where I hate everything until someone convinces me otherwise. I'm Lex Basile Price, and I don't think it's correct to call the plural of a computer mouse computer mice. It just feels wrong. With me today is the beautiful and hilarious Matt Phillips. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. How are you wrong today?
Wow. Hot take coming in.
I feel like I prepped the guests that I'm going to tell them that, and it's still, I think, a little like, oh.
It's a weird energy directed at you.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like you invited me here.
Okay. So I have a sincerely held belief that I don't get to talk about a lot because I'm honestly a little ashamed of it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So I think that Minecraft is the greatest game ever made.
Fascinating. Because you are not Gen Z.
I am not. No, I am not. I am a 30-something-year-old human being, and I play a game made for 10-year-olds.
How much grief do you get from the chat?
Oh, I don't play with people.
Oh, okay, great.
I try to, and that does not hold my attention.
Okay.
So, here's what you have to understand. Minecraft is an infinitely building world. It
Right.
is literally ever expanding. Well, yes, that is technically true.
Yeah.
And it is completely open to whatever the fuck you want to do. And I think that's amazing if you have any sense of creative energy behind you whatsoever. And I think, and this is not directed at you at all.
Sure.
I think the people that look at this game and go, this is a game for children, have stifled the part inside of themselves that wants to create things.
Wants to play with, like, electronic Legos.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, see, and that's the analogy you get all the time. It's like, oh, it's Legos. It's like, yes, on level 1 of what you can do in this game, it is Legos. It's Legos that in some ways are less functional than actual Legos.
Sure. Legos are an incredibly well-designed product.
And they have motors now and
Yeah.
can do all these things. And what I don't think people understand is that there is a layer of like electrical engineering inside of Minecraft that is, it really makes almost anything limitless.
Okay. I'm absorbing because, like, obviously I am a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I have always been, though that was kind of a secret part of me, I feel like, when it's like, oh, I'm already getting made fun of for being queer. I don't need to add that I'm a nerd for video games, especially the video games I was playing. Like, I was a Final Fantasy girly. I loved the drama. I used to, did you ever play, like, Gauntlet?
Yes. But there was an arcade version.
There was an arcade
Yes.
version, but I used to love playing that at home and being like, the sexy lady.
The one in blue. I feel
Yes.
like yes.
And then also, obviously, Soul Calibur, because that was the fighting game for the girls and gays.
Oh, what? Wow. That tracks, and I never thought of it.
Oh, yeah. Ivy.
Wait, which one's Ivy?
She's the one with the sword whip.
Oh, yes.
Or, like, I think it was, like, Talim, who had, like, tonfas. She was really annoying. And then eventually it was like, I have a hula hoop as my weapon.
Well, that's insane.
Yeah.
Get out of here
But
with that.
I didn't quite get to, like, levels of, I guess, Minecraft. Because it's on console or it's on PC?
Both.
Okay.
Originally it was PC, and that's where I started playing it. There are subtle differences in the two, and PC is significantly better for reasons that people who play this game will understand.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have a lot more control.
Well,
for sure.
It's actually coded differently.
Oh,
it
fascinating.
It is the exact same game, but Mojang, when they made the console version, cleaned up a lot of the bugs in how things function. But because Minecraft is so like deeply complex, the bugs have become features. There is this. Do I have permission to like go real deep on this?
That's what I want you to do.
Okay, so redstone is the electrical components in Minecraft.
Okay.
It's literally electrical wires, and then there are like different components that do different things. Like some will observe when a block is active and then do something else.
Yeah, it's literally programming robotics.
Yes,
yeah.
It is logic circuits. There is bugs in that, one of which is very well known, which is called quasi-connectivity, where like the thing will read a block it's not supposed to. And people who build shit with that,
knowing that in mind,
can literally do incredible things that the game was never intended to do. So Mojang, when they made the console version, removed it, and you literally cannot be a redstone Minecraft like streamer or builder or whatever on console because of that. You're limited because of it. And it's a thing no one cares about.
Except the people that care about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I think part of the barrier of entry for me is definitely the PC space. Because, like, I grew up having a computer in the house when I was maybe middle school, but maybe, I guess it was maybe like 6th grade or something. It took a while, and it was a family computer, and it was horrible, right? Because it's that time, and also it was cheap. And it took a while until I got my own laptop, and even then I never had like the enough specs to play on PC. So I think that was probably a barrier where it's just like, oh, that felt so foreign, so like I don't know. I even to this day, I think I played the only game I've like really played on my PC through Steam like completely was Inscription.
Okay. I've decided it is my mission now that I need. Have you ever played Minecraft?
I am aware of Minecraft. In the sense that like, so I used to nanny kids, and they were 2 teenage boys, and they were both super into Minecraft. So I've like sat there with them and like gone and like seen what they can do, and then obviously I feel like this is now the thing that I don't think it just happens to me, but I get served on TikTok the like, I'm running through Minecraft as a Reddit story is being told. So most of my interaction with Minecraft is very passive.
Well, and that, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm trying to represent a community. Well, and that specifically is parkour Minecraft, is what you're seeing, which is a whole different genre, which I don't participate in at all. There is a space for everyone in this game. And I really, like I say, I don't play with people. I play with very selective people where I'm like, I want you to come onto a server I'm hosting and come play with me. I really want to get you on Minecraft. I feel like you'd hate it until you loved it.
So what would we do? So you invite me to your Minecraft server.
Okay.
Walk me through.
So I like to always start with like a fresh slate. Okay. So if I'm like, we're going to a new world, you're not coming to a thing I've populated. I was going to bring my laptop and show you things that I built. And I was like, that's going to be so uninteresting to watch. But day one, because there are days and things, always, I'm like, let's go find the spot we want to build. And it really is just like in-game days upon days upon days of just like wandering.
Sure.
And like searching because you're just looking for something that catches your attention. And it can really be anything. But for me, it's usually like some big like cliff or outcropping.
Some interesting feature.
Yeah, that you're like, oh, I want to build there. And it really, the parallel between just general creativity, it's so the same. Something just sparks. And it's like you see it. You're like, oh, I want to build X, Y, and Z here. And I get a vibe of what it is. And you go and you just start. And there is the actual gameplay loop of like mining and crafting and doing all the things, which for me, because I have played it quite a bit, is one of the reasons I keep doing it.
Do you find it meditative?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
And like, I think also, because you can play the game in a way you're just like, give me all the materials, let me just build things.
Right.
I don't find that interesting at all. And I think it is part of the like, attention spanness of it, where even if I spend hours and hours upon hours gathering all the things I need, inevitably I'm going to run out. And I'm going to have to either say, okay, well, let me go do hours and hours again, or I'm like, well, let me go do something else.
Right.
And it's that like, let me do something else. Let me just keep going wherever I want. It is one of the easiest ways that I can just burn through hours without thinking about it. And that can be really dark sometimes. That's like, I'm in a bad place. Oh, this is not healthy for me. But it also can be like, I've actually done this where I sit with like a sketchbook on the train and I'm actually like thinking in terms of blocks and like doodling things that I can actually imagine. And like, I was never a visual arts person. So it's really fun to have this means of creation that is very approachable, but also deceptively complex.
See, that's fascinating because I am someone who I think overall I would describe myself as artistic, but I just cannot do a lot of visual art. A lot of my visual art that I've done is like construction of things, crafting, paper craft, all that stuff, because I just can't draw. Like, I tried teaching myself, I tried class, it's just not. And recently I found out I probably have aphantasia.
What's aphantasia?
Aphantasia is something where if you close your eyes and you visualize an apple, what do you see?
Well, okay, I see a shiny red apple with like a green stem, a green leaf, a brown stem, a red thing, and like a white shine on it.
Great. When I close my eyes and see an apple, I see black and maybe a gray blob.
Okay.
And I didn't necessarily realize that that's not how everyone imagines, because I have a very like broad imagination. I was that kid that was like terrified of horror movies. And I have vivid dreams, always vivid dreams. But when I close my eyes, I literally can't see anything, which I found is also why I'm bad at simple mental math. But I've always been jealous and envious of people that were just innately good visual artists. I find it so something I can't do, but have always wanted to do. So I wonder if that aspect would be like the way that I could really engage of creation visually.
Well, and that's interesting because I'm very similar in, I also like will take on creative projects that are more tactile in the sense of building and not like painting, drawing, sculpting, not my vibe, as much as I also would love it to be. And I feel like there is an in there of you're really working in 3 dimensions in a way that is, it is like construction of a, you know, a 2D thing made to look like a 3D thing. I don't know. I feel like there is a draw of, it's like construction without any of the physical prep work. Like,
yeah,
it is
and the limitations of yourself in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you could call it like a poor man's CAD in some ways.
Sure.
Of CAD with animations and pixel graphics. And oh my god, the things people do though is insane.
I mean, I have seen like works of art basically in Minecraft. And I think in some ways it almost is antithetical to starting because I'm like, well, I can't do that. Right? And so it's like you either see just like a shitty house or you see like the palace from Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
And you rarely see, I think, a lot in between. So it seems either simplistic or overwhelmingly hard.
Well, because I think that is the learning curve. It really is. And like, I by no means am I like because there are people that are like, you know, they consider themselves Minecraft builders.
Right.
And they're like, that's their job. And some of them make way too much fucking money.
Wow.
There is a person I follow who I think is like 3 years younger than me. And I looked into it one time and I did the math on his YouTube videos. I'm like, you play this video game and every one of these videos that you are uploading is like $200,000 in your pocket.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, that's your life.
Have
like,
you ever been tempted to try to do that?
All the time. It is so because I also make content, which I will plug things later.
Of course.
But it is always my like, well, I could go do that.
Right.
And I've literally thought of pretending I've never played before and doing full drag and do like a drag queen plays Minecraft for the first time. It's not a terrible idea.
TM.
Blocks and boobies. We'll work that.
Yeah. I don't think you can say cocks on Twitch, so.
I said blocks.
I know, but I was thinking like.
Blocks and cocks.
Frocks and blocks?
Frocks and blocks.
Now you gotta put on a British accent, though, when you do it. Oh.
I'm not my husband. I can do a British accent. Thank you.
Yes, Matt Phillips is the partner of former guest Alejandro La Rosa.
Yes, and also the co-host of a YouTube channel called That's My Husband. But anyway, there are people that do like absolutely incredible things, and it's insane. And then there are people who are just like, oh, I'm going to play this game. And it very quickly is like, oh shit, I can't do that. And I think the time in the middle is the absolute hardest because you see like, oh, that's the goal. And you don't realize that's 15, if not 1,500 steps away. It's like, learn to build a hut. Cool. Build a slightly better hut. And you just have to do that loop.
You're having to go through the period of like human civilization.
Yeah.
Through Minecraft.
Well, and like look, if there have a few instances come up where I've had a few drinks and I find out someone is vaguely interested in Minecraft and I bust out my laptop and I'm like, I have to show you my build. And I can tell really quickly if they're actually interested because it'll be like, people who ever seen anything or know anything about it will like, oh my God, the terraforming you did. You built this whole new landscape. I'm like, oh my God, I did. That took so long. And I feel like, wow, that building. I'm like, that building took me 2 hours and it's all the same block and it sucks.
It's just stacking. Yeah.
Yeah. The point of this was to say, in showing people things that I have made, because I'm very much like not that great of a builder. It's fun and I like doing it, but by no means. I've noticed people will point out things that I do that I'm like, oh, that is something that's now developed like my style in a certain thing. And you don't think about it. Because once you get past the hurdle of like, this is a house-shaped thing.
Right.
I can make a house-shaped thing. And you start getting into the fun of like, well, this is like an anvil, but I want to use it up here as like crenellations? Is that right? What's the thing on the top of a castle?
Oh, yeah, crenellations.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm going to use this as crenellations. And like things like that, if everyone's like, oh, I like that you did that. And you're like, oh, I made that up. I didn't steal that from someone. I just kind of like...
thought about it.
I thought that was cool. And it's fun watching shit like that evolve. And if you ever get into, like, the history of Minecraft building styles is like watching a collective of artists learn how to use tools. It's
fascinating.
So cool.
Because it's basically then becomes like art movements.
Yeah. And you get like the early shit that is mud houses. And then someone's like, let me use the stones and these other stones together. And like, oh, suddenly now we're doing block palettes and we're doing color patterns together. And then right now the big thing, well, at least like 6 months ago, was gradients.
Oh.
You have to do beautiful gradients. Everything has to go from dark to light because it needs to look as tall as possible.
Right.
There's like forced perspective.
We're dealing
shit.
with like trompe-l'oeil.
Yeah. It's really cool. And it's funny that it is a game that was originally made for like, teenagers.
Yeah, I think that's how it definitely was marketed as. In the same way that like Fortnite kind of was. Yeah. And I think they have really pivoted away from that and they're trying to do something else. Do you think Minecraft has done the same thing about their pivoting of marketing?
Minecraft doesn't need to market.
It's
the most popular game in the world.
Yeah.
Like it, and I think that is the core difference between it and any other game is Minecraft is built and driven by its user base, not for it. Like anything that, like, even if you look at the polls they used to do about like what are going to be the new mobs, what are going to be the new blocks, like it was very community driven. It's less so directly now, but the advertisers for Minecraft are the players of Minecraft.
Okay.
And a lot of those people that are now making decisions for Minecraft are former players or current players of Minecraft.
It almost sounds similar to the way... The Sims is what I was going to say. Is that another very community-focused game that isn't focused on like the new version necessarily. There's still people playing like Sims 3.
Yeah.
And Minecraft has basically been the same game that's just been updated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets a new coat of paint every couple years. They introduce things that are really not big changes, which some people are really up in arms about and like want really big changes. Well, because there are people that want this game to be like other games.
Right.
Like, the biggest complaint, I think, in the Minecraft community is like there isn't really any progression. There is kind of a loose storyline and you play it once and that's
Are there like milestones or achievements?
Yeah, so there is an achievement tree and Mojang's been pretty straightforward about that of like, we put this in so that people who don't really know what to do or don't know like what they want to do
have some sort of goal.
And like some of them are insane. Like some of them are like you need to travel so far in this in-game world, it would literally take you months of actual life to do it. And yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah, you just stay in one place. You've played enough, but you just haven't moved enough.
Well, no, it's not even like moving. It's like you need to go in a straight line. I do actually stand in one place a lot. I need to start a new world soon, and it's something that I'm like, I need to go farther. Oh, but yeah, like, because there is no advancement system. It's just kind of like, you do what you want to do, and that's the biggest critique. And I think a lot of people who are really invested in the game, though, will kind of come back to that. Like, that's the point.
Right.
Is that you do what you want to do, and yeah, you're probably going to get burned out. You're probably going to get tired, and that's okay. And like,
drop it, come back.
Exactly. Use it how you will. And I'm talking about like it's a self-help book at this point.
No, but I mean, you clearly obviously get a therapeutic response from it. So I don't think that that's a wild leap to make.
Yeah.
Do you tend to come back to Minecraft? You talked a lot about drawing in blocks, thinking in blocks. Do you find that you then engage with other media, whether it's video games or anything, with Minecraft in mind? Like a Tetris effect kind of?
I engage with reality with Minecraft.
Okay.
If I'm playing a lot of Minecraft and my brain is trying to like recreate the world in blocks in my head, it's wild to then go out into the world and start thinking about like, oh, that looks like these blocks that I would use to recreate
this material, that material.
And like the materials are like pretty baseline. What's fun is when you start getting into textures. And you're like, oh, that building has this weird angular effect. How could I recreate that? And then you start getting into the question of like, well, the stupid game would just let me rotate this block. It'd be easy.
So do you find yourself working again? Is it a little bit of a... so I used to... I'll use this as an example. I used to edit my audio on the free Audacity program. And I would never suggest that anyone ever do that. But I did it for so long that this abusive relationship I had with this software, I'm like, well, it's bad, but like I know how it works.
Yes.
I know how to do it. It's fine. And then I switched to another system and I was like, oh, it doesn't have to be hard. Do you find that with Minecraft? It's like part of it is working against the systems that are there.
Yes and no. The restrictions being a helpful box is, I think, very true, which I think is something you're pointing at.
Yeah.
Of like, I've had, various disciplinary teachers talk about that. Of like, the restrictions can be a tool.
Right.
And I think something you might be suggesting is like, there are other games where you build things.
Yes.
And some of them have much more intricate mechanics and are much more interesting. And I'm trying to think, there was something that I was playing. Oh, actually, you mentioned The Sims, which is a great one. I played The Sims a bunch when I was younger.
Yeah.
I actually played The Sims much longer than I played Minecraft before that. But I was like, oh, let me play The Sims. I was on a burned out of Minecraft thing. And I was like, oh my god, look, there's furniture. There's like, I don't have to play pretend in this game. I can actually
just do it.
The thing. And there is some of the shine off the apple. Because it's like, if I'm gonna play building, and I'm gonna play let's make things, do I really need there to be like a character thing that interacts in it for me? Like, I don't know. There is, I have found the things that actually emulate the thing of like, you can have a bed, you can have a chair.
Right.
Are less interesting to me, because then what if that's not the chair I want? Like,
so you've gotten spoiled on being able to, even though it might be slightly painful process, you're like, but it's not how I want.
Exactly. It's not, I didn't make it exactly how I want, and I can't sit there for hours trying to make it what I want. Which is so ridiculous, because in the end, it's going to look a lot more real than the thing I'm spending hours making.
Right, but the veracity isn't the point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
It's the building of it is the point of it.
Yeah.
Did you fall into the Animal Crossing pandemic hole? That
only in the pandemic.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was going to say that probably scratched a similar itch.
It did, and then I got bored of it real fast.
Sure. It's, in some ways like Minecraft for babies.
Yeah. And also, it's like, it's a great game if you can't do anything else.
Yes. That you can, it gives your life a rigidity where the days didn't matter, but in a video game it did matter that there were days.
Oh my god, when you got through all of your Animal Crossing tasks for the day and you really were just like, I guess I'm just gonna walk around this island or watch TV.
I guess I have to be in life. At least I have tomorrow where I can give a gift. Yeah. So okay, I'm intrigued. Like I said, it's, I think, a hard sell for me on a PC.
Yeah.
But I'm not opposed to it. And because you've said there's not as much community engagement, like you can really limit that, that's better because, like, let me tell you, I enjoyed playing Overwatch until I had to get into games with other humans. And then I don't need to be called the F-slur by a 12-year-old child.
I never want to interact with people on the internet, ever. Which is silly, because I choose to often, but...
Sure, but I think, I don't know, it's like, do you feel like Minecraft is going back to, like, almost a simpler time of the internet?
Yes and no.
Like a, not Tumblr, but, that, like, blog. It's, like, almost your, like, visual blog. Your own live journal.
Yeah, I get what I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think, in a way... I think the people that cultivate communities are like the adults in the room who are like, I'm not gonna play a game with 8-year-olds. I'm just not gonna do it. Yeah. It's not good for any of us.
Right.
And then like, because there are several like communities that are like, oh, we have a server for 50 people that we all know.
Right.
I think that's a very special experience where it is like, we're just kind of like, it's very much an Animal Crossing. We're spending time on each other's island.
Yeah.
Type situation. I think I've jumped into a few of the servers with anyone, and oh my god, it is wild.
It's the Wild West.
Yeah.
It's the internet.
And everyone's just robbing children, like literally getting them to pay actual money for in-game credits. Oh my
god.
Yeah.
We're so worried about the olds getting scammed. But we should be worried about children on Minecraft.
They can't do anything.
Well, or have they all migrated to Roblox? Okay. How familiar are you with Roblox?
I think I might secretly be a Gen Z because I'm familiar with it in the sense of watching people play it on YouTube.
Yes, I'm the same.
Okay, great.
But there is something so insidious about Roblox. And it's especially, have you seen the Dress to Impress game?
Yes, I have. I want to play it really bad.
I also am intrigued to play it, but I also feel like I might be a pervert if I play that game.
I don't think
Not
so.
like I would be.
You think it's going to turn you into...
No. But like, I'm like, is this game for perverts? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there is like this could be very innocent or someone with a Lolita fetish real fast. Yeah.
Yes, but I am intrigued by it.
I'm also... Okay, do you also have the sense that you'd be really good at it?
Yeah, I would fucking slay at Dress to Impress. I see people and I'm like, no. And I'm like in the back, in the background, you can see pieces and I'm like, no, you pick that and you pick that. And nails, hair. Like,
I have seen people play it though where like the interface is really wonky. And I think that's half the challenge.
Yes, I from what I've gathered, Roblox sucks. Like the infrastructure of the game sucks. So that anything is possible on there is kind of...
It's basically a TI-84 calculator running a video game.
Yes, it's Doom on a calculator. And so it like is impressive that anything can occur, but like, okay, so maybe what we do is you do a walkthrough with me of Minecraft,
yes.
And then as a pair, we play Dress to Impress, so that we can like we're keeping each other accountable.
Well, and I also like I'm glad you also have that. I really want to play Dress to Impress because I feel the same way, and you're actually the first person who's ever brought that up in conversation. So
this conversation has been so great. I have so enjoyed, and I think you mentioned Minecraft was going to be your topic, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, well, maybe it's just going to be like some weird Minecraft, like sub thing, and then I'm like, no, you made it so wholesome sounding, and like,
yay.
I'm really, I am looking forward to jumping into the Minecraft world. I don't need to see the Minecraft movie.
I really want to see it.
Well, sure. Maybe I'll want to see it after I play.
Yeah.
But right now, Minecraft movie, I don't like the implications of A.
Can I tell you something about the movie that people are really, or the community is very upset about?
Sure.
Okay. Nothing to do with the actual movie. This was controversy before it came out. The scale of the movie is completely wrong. A block in Minecraft is supposed to be 3 meters. And so people were like blowing up and like, it doesn't make any sense because if that's right there, that means he's 8 feet tall.
This is some Cats 2019 bullshit. The thing I hated the most about Cats was no proportions made any sense. They were eating cockroaches and then dancing with cockroaches. What was going on?
There are big people and little people. There are big cockroaches and little cockroaches.
But a cat is a size.
It's a really small cat and a really big cockroach. They met in the middle.
This was pleasant until this moment. Where can our listeners find more about you?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube and on TikTok at Matt Finish, 2 T's, 1 N. And you can find me and Alejandro talking on YouTube at That's My Husband.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast. We love a 5-star on Spotify. We love a review that says like, I love Minecraft, or like, no, Fortnite, or whatever. Or if you are a pervert and love Dress to Impress, keep that to yourself. But if you're not, and you think that Matt and I would kill...
That's a great way to prove you're not a pervert, is if you comment that you like Dress to Impress, we've already said you can't be a pervert and do that.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah. Join us next time as we once again prove that my opinion is always correct about everything all the time.